Right now, we finally have a clearer picture of what community groups are being awarded big contracts to prevent violence in Minneapolis after weeks of debate and controversy.
Jennifer Hoff has reaction after today's city council vote. Jennifer?
Julie, we're also learning more about how the 5 groups that spend that taxpayer money, how they'll do that specifically, because combined it's nearly $3.5 million. We're also learning more about how they're going to prove how the work that they're doing is actually working.
Good morning, everyone.
The city council moved to approve community groups charged with preventing violence in Minneapolis.
Councilmember Wansley.
Hi.
Happening much quicker than the months-long process it took to get here, filled with threats by rejected leaders.
Oh, yeah, no, y'all do. I don't know what you're doing here, but you ain't gonna do it on our time.
And public scrutiny of the department overseeing safety
in Minneapolis.
And its new commissioner, Todd Barnett.
She's been tough on us, and those comments are very appreciated.
Councilmember Robin Wansley often pushing Barnett to better prove violence interrupters work by creating a more transparent process to hold people accountable when their contracts cost so much.
We're building this community safety ecosystem, but we got to build support and trust with the community as well.
The 5 groups include Touch Outreach, a nonprofit awarded a $700,000 contract that, like the others, will have to downsize its employees, who will endure intensive training and are required to file daily activity logs to a national database tracking their outcomes, all while focusing on targeted crime hotspots.
And I can tell that oversight is paying off because earlier this week, NSD gave a very thorough presentation that provided data and mapped out a clear plan on how to move forward. And I'm confident if you continue at this pace that residents will be absolutely safer because of it.
We also found out most of the funding pays the group's salary, plus mental health benefits, public education materials, and backpacks with Narcan and first aid kits. Working to hold a higher standard to keep more people safe.
Staying on the right path. That's what we need to do.
And those evaluating the community group's progress are using measures like census data, homicide rates, and access to support services in those areas, along with surveys and interviews to track changes every quarter and make any adjustments depending on how the progress may or may not be going.
I think people will be happy to hear that there's going to be some accountability. Right. Is it working, and tracking that. So when do these new contracts start?
Julie, they officially start next week, I think on Tuesday, and then they last for an entire year. Before then, this entire process starts all over again. Thousands of people, a lot of people can apply for this. Commissioner Barnett saying, though, that this evaluation process is also very new. It's very rigorous. It's also transparent and very point-based to rank some of these best groups that are out there.
All right,
Julie.
Jennifer, thank you.